All right. Welcome to our auspicious fourth session of the fourth chapter of the Red Star Rising campaign adventure. This one's titled The Dreadmist Curse, and it's designed by Gooey Cube, presented by the Greater Mole Master Beholder Corps, where we hope your minds will be opened by wonder this evening. We are a program that's powered by the Tabletop Misfits, and playing today are Zane and Mark.
Hello.
And Lee.
Hello.
The Mighty Trey.
Hey!
And Chris.
Hello.
Hello. And I am Casey, also known as the Emissary of the Great Mother. So with that, my aberrations, I ask you, shall we begin?
Hi.
Yep. Arr.
Well, stopping over in a sleepy little town could bring important info we need. But something here doesn't smell right. Literally. You're in a bog town down near the bog, and it stinks. Just, you know how they stink. So, literally.
Not much worse than Theros, so.
Like the Raiders.
I like that. Everybody roll a d20 for me, please. Oh, get all those low rolls out the door.
Ouch.
No, you didn't. The highest roll is a
It was a
13.
13. Ouch.
That doesn't count, Gror.
He still rolled a
Previously,
2.
You
What?
almost fumbled on the GUI roll.
It was still a 2.
still a 2. Nice. Okay, well, throw all those rolls out the door. So, no GUI reward for you. Sorry.
Hmm.
I'm not sorry. Previously on the Red Star Rising campaign. Anybody remember what happened?
Well, after almost dying to that tentacle thing, and then a group
Got
of...
eaten. Yeah, a
And
couple
then-
of you almost got eaten.
Yeah, and then that group of lizard men things attacking us. That was fun.
In between there,
Yeah.
there was like ice monsters or something too, right?
Oh yeah, ice monsters. Forgot about those. Then we finally got to
monsters.
town. Finally got to town and get to the tavern, and there's like a fight about to break out until
There were
somebody
some
broke it
lizard
up.
creatures too after the ice monsters.
Yeah.
In
Yep.
town. Absolutely no shizats. Got enough bottom feeders, is what it said outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Had a interesting conversation with Otis. Had a little flirting going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Kenna and Otis kind of talked about the possibility of doing some Netflix and chill, but we'll see how that goes. So
Not quite the discussion we had, but
wait, but that's the way I remember it.
well, you can remember it that way. But Otis will be very disappointed.
So so you all ultimately decided that it would probably be a good idea after seeing the sign hitting on into town that pretty much clearly indicated the fact that they didn't really want any Hanatas anywhere about, to try and do your best to disguise yourself and lay low and not really indicate that you have anything to do with being Hanatas. You made your way on into town, met the stable master Otis, and were able to store your cart and your horses. He's going to take care of them. He was pretty interested to meet you. Seemed like a decent fella. Like I said, him and Kenna had a pretty good conversation, and
There
He
was
was
some
very-
flirtation.
there was some flirtation there, yeah,
Mhm.
and he was pretty interested in you guys joining him for the and the rest of the town, for that matter, for the Peace Festival, and that's coming up, and I don't remember. I mean, what else did you guys talk with him about?
Well,
Do you remember?
I'm hoping the Peace Festival means cutting up pieces of lizards because we killed a whole bunch before we came in. So hopefully we don't talk about that very much. But I do know that Kenna made friends with Otis, and then we went because Kenna is going by Naranda. I wrote that down, which I don't even know what that is. And we were observed a quarrel about some money or gambling, and the barkeep shut it down. I'm not sure what else. Sinkhole Tavern.
Yeah, you're in the Sinkhole Tavern. You guys came into town and you kind of looked around a little bit. I need a point of clarification for you guys, logistics and stuff like that. All that you guys had a big bag of coin. And I'm assuming you probably are only carrying with you what you can carry. Not your big fat bag full of coins, or are you trying to carry that big fat bag full of coins?
I've got the handy haversack, so most of it's probably in there.
So you're keeping it all in there.
We have the bag of holding.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're going to keep it with us because the backpack only weighs 5 pounds regardless of.
It's a
much
bag
stuff
of
is
holding
in it
light,
now.
is what it is. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
With some smaller bags of holding sewn onto the sides.
We had tons of stuff, but a few sessions back, everything went up in a blazing fire.
Yeah.
Thank you. No.
Yeah. So just to kind of get us back in the mood of what's going on, you guys just kind of looked around the docks and saw there was looks like a town hall and a marketplace and some row houses and some things like that. And there wasn't a whole lot of people around out in the town. It was about midday, and I guess it seemed like most of them must have been in the sinkhole getting some lunch or something like that. Because by the time you arrive there, it's the common room's full of quite a few people. So that's probably where everybody's at. So you guys, as you were getting ready to head over into there, you heard a commotion from the inside. And as you pop your head and you look around, you see there's a couple of guys that were start getting a bit heated over a game or something like that. And they say, "You're a damn dang liar, you is," shouts one of the other. He says, "This was mine. I never cheated nothing in that game, and you's been a drunkest." And the other one starts yelling back at him, you was doing me wrong." And then the bartender, he yells across the room for them all to clear out, and especially if they're planning on fighting. And then just then one of the men shoves the other, who falls backwards. He grabs a stool, keep him from hitting the floor, and he turns back around to the man who pushed him, and he lifts up the stool with a clear intent to swing it at the first. And several of the patrons kind of clear up out of the way. And this is all kind of happening as you guys are coming in and observing what's going on. Mm-hmm. And right at that moment, a golden-haired man pushes his way forward and grabs the stool, looking sternly at the pair, and he says, "Now what is this that you think you're doing?" Looks at both men and he wags a finger in their direction. He says, "Now you two get yourselves straighter. You'll be spending time in the cells." And at that, the two men kind of calm down a bit. So that blonde-haired gentleman is this guy right here that I'm pinging on the map. And
I assume the sheriff, probably.
And so one of them says, "Look, Father, Rent been trying to grabbing me share of the take, but he done already got his cut." That blonde man there, he gives them both a stern gaze, and he says, "Well, I'm not sure what cut you're all fighting over. We'll be discussing that matter later. For now, both leave your shares where they be. Wait till it's all divided. If I see y'all fighting again, you'll be regretting it." And with him saying that, the two kind of look sheepish, and they look down on the ground, and they turn away, and they head on out the doors on opposite ends of the tavern there. They head out of the building. So that's how it kind of happens. And this man goes over and he sits back down at his table and starts tending to the whatever bowl of whatever it is he's eating, stuff like that. So, what do you guys do? I know that it looked like Groer and Fleegan and Kimber kind of pulled up a table and got Billy on a leash or somewhere over there, and I guess Ken and Thero said they wanted to kind of head over to the bar and maybe talk to the barkeep. I think that's what they were doing with that. So.
Yeah, we're looking to secure lodging.
What's the name of the bar?
It's the Sinkhole Tavern, or is known to the locals as the Sink.
Sink.
And the reason that could be for that is because the sign that you guys saw for the building had broken, and all it says is Sink on it. But here, I'll show you guys a picture of the tavern here again. There you go.
Far from the worst place
And
we
out
stayed.
5.
All right.
Burnt down a lot of better and worse places.
Yes, you
Hush.
have.
Hush you.
All right. So what? Who's going first? Who's doing or saying what?
I'm gonna walk up to the barkeep and be like, "Good day, sir."
Hmm. Hang on just a second. Here it is. Okay. All right. So the bartender looks like this. He seems, he's got overalls and a peasant shirt on, and he's sitting there wiping a mug, and he's watching you very closely as you guys walk up to the bar. And he definitely has the look of a built man. You can't see his muscles underneath his shirt and everything like that, but he looks like he's definitely of a decent size. And he says, y'all knew about these parts. Hadn't seen you before.
Correct. We just stabled our horses with Otis, and he recommended that we come here for a place to stay.
Yeah, he'd be a good lad. He'd be a real good lad.
Seems
Yeah,
to be a very fine lad.
yeah. Always kind of a good representative for those coming into town. But where are you saying you all from? Oh, you didn't say. Wait, where you all from?
Oh, we came from the direction of Pronadal.
Coming down from Montpronadal. I haven't been up there in quite some time since before my days spending time out here, trying to keep the locals from getting eat by croc frogs and cattigators and things like that. I got real tired of that. Some stories about that and kind of things, if you ever want to hear.
Huh.
But what can I do you for?
Well, we need 2 rooms.
Rooms, you say?
Yes. We'll be staying for a few days just to recuperate and get some supplies together, and we were told by Otis that there was a peace festival, and we decided, we may have to stick around for that.
Oh yeah, the Peace Festival is coming up. It's it's a good time. The town folk around here really seem to enjoy it, and it's it brings a little bit of cheer to the otherwise kind of the same old of what goes on around these places. Which that brings me to, why would you be coming down here? I mean, there's nothing past the bog. If you're coming from Prondadal, you'd be heading on towards Nevermore or down the King's Highway. Why would you head on down this direction to our little town? You looking for something? Or?
Nothing in particular, but I do have some wares that I was looking to possibly sell, and we passed a stranger on the road who told us of the place, and we figured we might as well come down and see if we can make a few coins. Of course, it was a difficult trip in. We got attacked by some horrible tentacle beast under the ground.
horrible tentacle beast. I hadn't heard of that kind of thing, but I don't know. I mean, things around here in the bog, sometimes not the
It's not the safest place,
safest place
that's
to
for
be.
sure.
No, of course not. Of course not.
Some kind of ice creatures attacked us as well.
You know, I've heard about that kind of stuff. Some sort of fae or something.
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I try and steer clear of anything to deal with that. That's kind of the nice thing about being down here in the bog, outside of the cattigators and the crocofrogs and old Hell's Cat. Pretty certain that for the most part we are pretty safe. I mean, I guess there is the Wackabago, but
The what?
well, yeah. Maybe we'll save that story for another time.
Okay.
But I don't know. So I don't know. But anyhow, you always looking for some lodging, huh?
That is correct.
Okay. All right. Theros, what are you doing while they're talking here?
Playing my part as her bodyguard.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Ale.
All
Oof.
right, thank you. All right, what is Gror? What are you doing while they're up there talking to him?
Quiet in the corner, kind of helping Billy be situated over there without drawing much attention.
Yeah.
Just low key.
Okay. All right. Kimber, give me a perception check, please.
I better open up my character sheet.
That might help.
Probably a good idea.
While you're doing that, Fleegan, what are you doing?
Regan would like to crawl up into a chair because, these are probably normal human-sized chairs. Just kind of stand on one and take evaluation of all the different people in the room. Try to sort them out between local bumpkins and those that actually might have a brain cell.
Or could possibly be a threat.
All right.
They're not a threat. They're just bumpkins.
You look around the room and you see what looks to be a female dwarf with some very, very large biceps and forearms. I mean, imagine a sailor in a sense. But it
Okay,
seems
I will nudge
Nudge.
Gror and say and point to her and wink.
all right.
Don't seem too concerned. He mainly just keeps, talking to the goat or muttering something to himself.
Yeah. And then you see what looks to be four guys, not the most savory looking fellas, sitting at a table just kind of keeping their heads together, not paying much attention to you. They seem to be talking kind of in quiet voices, sitting over here. You see what's actually a very attractive female sitting next to a relatively rough-looking male at a table, and they're not making any effort to hide the fact that they're watching you all. You see this female and this male and this male here sitting rather close, and you would dare say that just kind of looking over there, it looks as if the female, she's got one arm around the waist of the guys, and she's holding hands with the other guy. there's a couple of gnomes sitting here at this table, and the gnomes are playing with what seemed to be like 2 or 3, or maybe even 4 vials of liquid. They're kind of talking over them, something about the liquids or something like that. See this man sitting here. He's of most likely Australian heritage, and he's got interesting feathers and other things in his cap. And he seems to, speaking of feathers, there's seems to be a couple different feathers just haphazardly stuck to his clothing. This man over here is looking very shady. Is probably the best term.
Which one?
This one right here.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, sus. That's right. That's a good term. Sus. And he's not making eye contact with you all, but you get the feeling that he's definitely noticed as you all entered the bar, and seems to be just kind of quietly sitting over there by the fireplace, nursing some sort of drink. Obviously, there's that blonde-haired gentleman, which now you notice seems to be wearing robes and some sort of amulet, but it's hard to see what the amulet is of. But he's got flowing robes on. Could potentially be a man of the cloth.
Might be the mayor. I remember him saying.
And then a few other individuals. Hard to kind of make out what or who they are and what they're doing and things like that. But that's kind of what's going on. And then Kimber, as you're sitting there at the table, you actually look down and you see carved into the table what looks to be a pig's head symbol that looks very familiar to you.
Is this something I saw back in Nevermore or on the road, or is it from a dream? Should I make a roll?
Sorry, I was talking to my son. Say that again.
I'm trying to figure out where I've seen it before. Was it back in Nevermore, on the road, or in a dream? Should I make a roll?
Yeah, just go ahead and give me an insight check. Okay.
I am rolling low.
It looks very familiar, and you're kind of scratching your head on that. And do you ask one of your friends to help you?
Yeah, I'll kind of look at it and see, where have we seen this before? To the two at the
Alright.
table.
Yeah, Gror looks over at it with you, and that gives you your 17 roll there. And Gror, you're pretty sure it looks almost exactly like the symbol for the Butcher clan, except it doesn't have those wheat stalks. But it's very, very, very similar to that. That's what it reminds you of.
Girl, say that in a cough too. The butcher.
And Fleegan, you're scanning the room while they're doing that, and when Gror coughs and says that, these individuals at this table seem to kind of flinch and turn around and look at the commotion of the cough for a second, and then go back to whatever it is that they're doing there. You also notice that there's a deck of Perilous Fortuity sitting on this table that probably those guys that were actually no, they were over here. Sorry, those guys that were fighting. There's a couple drinks left on the table, and the deck's there, and they were probably playing with that deck, which caused them to get into that fight. So while all that's going on, Kenna,
Mhm.
old Herbert, you were asking him about a place for the night.
Mhm.
So I got some rooms upstairs, couple beds in each room, Rent them to you for 2 golds 5 per night. So if you're not sure about, I don't remember if I've told you this or not, but when you're dealing with that stuff, 2 golds is obviously 2 gold pieces, and
Yep.
usually when they say 2 golds 5, it's 2 golds and 5 silver.
5 silver.
Yeah. So
That's what I guessed.
yeah. So there's that.
I assume that cost is for both of them, not each.
Oh no, that's each. Yeah, each room. 2 golds 5 a night. Got to make sure that we can pay the bills for keeping them kept up and stuff like that. It takes, sometimes people who use them rooms up there, some of the things they do, I don't know. I get to do some cleaning. So
So in the economy here, is that expensive?
Don't tell us about that part, Kenna. We don't need to know that.
yeah,
That's like
That
12
the
bucks,
cleaning's
right?
so bad.
Or 15 bucks.
it's about $45 a night.
$45 a night.
Yeah.
That's still not too terrible, but pretty spendy for a tiny little town like this.
Yeah.
I think it's the only show in town as well, right? Unless there were like
Yeah.
a boarding house or something that we missed.
Yeah, nope, not from what I was told by Otis. This is basically the only place in town. So, if we stay through to the festival, which is in how many days?
The festival, I'm trying to think of when is that? That is, well, it's today is, okay. I think it's, it'll be on the, afternoon, 3 days from now. Yes. Yeah.
So if I were to say we were going to stay for at least 4 nights, would you be willing to go down to 3 golds for both rooms per night?
3 golds for both rooms per night. And he kind of looks you up and down. Give me a persuasion roll.
Dice don't fail me now.
Yeah, you kind of flash a little bit of a smile and a little bit of a, I don't know, you find a way to read his countenance and kind of understand how to slip in there. And he says, this time, especially in the winter and stuff, not as many people coming around. I think I think it'd be good to take what you got here, what you're given, and I think that seems fair. So
We'll
yeah, 3
promise
golds a night
also-
for 4 nights, and you pay that all up front.
Understood.
Okay. So that would be
how many would that
that'd be 12 golds, right?
12 golds.
My math.
Correct.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and
I want to count that out in small coins.
no, golds are
2.
not super uncommon. Yeah, I'll start with copper.
At 1,200 copper, it'll be all right.
Yeah, no, I'll go ahead and pay him the 12 golds, and I'll pay that out of my pocket, since we only have 1 golds and 4 plats in the treasury, the group treasury. So
You guys have that whole big bag, right?
a lot of it has been split up. So
Yeah. Okay.
We split it up evenly, and what was left over was the common.
yeah, we made it into a common.
That's probably good. They don't see you pull coins out of
Yeah,
a
I'll just pull out
empty
my
bag.
normal
yeah,
my
just
normal
starts
pouch and
appearing.
just count them out and
Yeah.
place 12 on the counter.
While
I'll put
What's
2 more down and say, and that includes breakfast and drinks, correct? Put 2 more gold down.
Well, that will get you some breakfast, and the extra 2 gets you some breakfast and some drinks for sure. And depends on what you're drinking, but we got plenty of boggy hooch around here. That gets you a lot of that. But I got plenty of things to eat and drink. You just let me know what might interest you. But we'll take care of a good part of that.
Okay. Wonderful.
While you guys are talking with Herbert up there, that blonde-haired gentleman seemed to finish whatever he was chewing on there, and gets up and intently makes a beeline over to your table over here, and walks on up, and you see some of the other patrons kind of look up, and they see him walking over that way, and they kind of follow him a little bit, and then go back to what they're doing. As he comes up to the table, he gives you a kind smile and says, "Cheers and greetings, friends. I'm Father Garrett Kinlan. Truly sorry you had to witness that them ruffians arguing about there a little bit ago. Things been a bit tight around here lately, and it's wearing on the folks. But yeah, I just want to know if I could be of any service or anything for you. You got any questions about this town?"
Well, thank you, Father. It really didn't bug me. I've been at plenty of places. Things seem to be kind of, everybody's feathers are kind of ruffled lately due to the time of year, the change in the seasons and all.
Yeah, it is that time of year. I mean, fish aren't biting as much, but we are getting excited for the Peace Festival coming up. People in this town really seem to like that, and try and put on a good show for them. But it's there's a nip in the air, and although it tends to stay fairly warm down here by the bog, but I just wanted to introduce myself, and I do got things I need to attend to today. But if you're around in a bit, I get you a tour of the town, such as it is, if you'd be interested in that.
Well, we'll have to see. My friends are over there right now getting us a room so we can get a bit cleaned up before we do too much else. But I'm not sure what their plans are, but that does sound like something we'd like to do. So if you are around later, we'll talk to you then.
Oh yeah, I'll be around here. I'll probably be back in about supper time, grabbing a bite to eat before I head back on across the water to the chapel. And that's of course that's where I live. If you want to meet me over at the chapel, I could gather you up from there, and we could talk. If you want to pay your respects to Wardain, and actually that's what you do notice there. As he came over, he's got a necklace with the symbol of Wardain hanging around his neck. Kemper, you being a cleric would recognize that right off the bat.
And so I know who Wardain is, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so that's like the god of protection and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's the Lord Protector God. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I say, well, shoot, we can't pass that up. Definitely gotta pay our respects to Wardain and thank him for our safety on the road and finding this place.
Oh yeah. And I see that you too, sir, share faith and reverence to it's you seem to have that aura about you, which is good. Then he kind of cocks his head to the side a little bit, and he looks at the three of you, and he looks over at Billy, and he definitely looks at Flea again, and kind of then turns his head back, and he says, "You're not Shazats now, are you? There."
Shazats? Oh, you mean those people that go around and make their money off of entertaining and stealing and all that?
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, they've come through here before. We ran them off some time ago. But yeah, no. People around these parts don't take kindly to them type folk, and just want to make sure.
Some of us have known each other for a long time. We're definitely not that, and some of us are new. But you know, we've all known each other for years now, and no, none of us come from that dirty bunch.
Okay, well that's gives you a little wry smile. Roll a deception for me, please.
Ah, crap.
What, you see what I rolled?
No, I'm just.
Oh, I rolled good finally.
You're looking at the camera.
Yeah,
I'm
nat
not.
20.
Oh no! What?
What'd you roll? You rolled a 21.
19 plus 2.
Oh, I rolled good, but I ain't gonna be no natural 20.
All right. Don't read too much into that. I just wanted to show you because I like that roll. Says he kind of when you say that he you know, he looks at you. He kind of, you see a little side grin kind of show up on his face as he's smiling and talking with you. And he says, "Well, I better be off. But don't be causing problems, or else might be having to run you out of town." Or and he kind of chuckles. It's as if he's joking. I'll string you up.
I try to
Right.
hide my worry by laughing. You know, Kimber's got that certain laugh. I think it's about time for us to get some drinks at this table and you know, check into our rooms. But we'll definitely be talking to you later, Father. Thank you for the invite.
Well, sure, yeah. Come see me at the chapel. Give your due to the gods, and we'll see you around here. All right, and he heads on out of the tavern after he gives you a bow and all of that. So, okay. So, Kenneth, you were just finishing up negotiating the rooms. Got that taken care of. Flashed a little bit more coin, trying to talk about food and drink to be included. Herbert says, "Yeah, so you know, we have meals here, morning, noon, and night, and I usually have a little bit of something here and there. So you know, that cover a little bit for you in the mornings, and as far as drinks and stuff, it's pretty much you pay for what you buy at the time, because you know there's a lot of different options around here."
Understood. Well, can I get a round of ales for me and my companions over yonder, so we can relax and unwind before we go upstairs to our room?
Oh, sure. I got a couple different kind of ales. I got a pale one over here. I got a spiced one. I really like the spiced one. That's pretty good. And you know, I got some shine we call a boggy hooch. It's pretty tasty.
I'm a fan of the shine, but I will try that spice ale since you say you're fond of it.
Oh yeah, pretty tasty stuff. Just got a barrel of it just last night. Came in with some folk, and so yeah, I'm gonna get you some of that, and I can.
Go ahead.
I'll if you guys want to go have a seat over there.
Pale. Darius is keeping his words very short and very few.
Okay, that sounds good.
Pale.
Why don't you give me 3 more of the spiced for my companions over there?
Okay.
We'll just make it 5 ales.
All right. So he pours up a pale ale for Theros and a few of the spiced ales, and you know, you need me to help you carry them over there? Or you guys got them?
I think we got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate
So he sets them up on the bar, and you guys can gather them up.
Once I gather them up, I'll turn around and scan the room right quick for anything unusual.
Okay, give me a perception check, please.
I see
Check.
nothing.
Everybody?
I'm going to glance around as well, but looking extremely bored and like this place annoys me.
Okay. Give me a perception. Kimber, what was that perception for?
I heard perception rolls being thrown out, so I threw one out. I'm writing down all the stuff that's happened so far in my Word document.
All right. So yeah, Kenna, you can give me a perception check there if you want to. As you kind of
Not
keep
bad.
an eye on what's going on. You gather up your stuff.
I'm looking bored and noticing everything.
As you get ready to gather up your drinks, actually, as you're seeing him pour one of your drinks, you see over next to the keg that he was pouring the spiced ale from. You see a large, tall glass bottle that's etched with ornate patterns that stands beside the keg there.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks different than bottles that you would normally see, especially in a tavern in a
So it
backwater
looks
town
just
such as
looks
this.
out of place, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it just looks at a place. It looks different. Different
Okay.
and ornate. Yeah.
Like it would be attractive, ornate.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say, well, my, that is a lovely bottle. What is that?
Well, it is. That's special. That's have you heard of the Azarisis?
Have I heard of the Azarisis?
Have you heard of Azarisis? Give me a wisdom check. I mean, sorry, give me a history check. Wow. Ugh.
Probably not.
Nope.
Well, while I do not know what that is, I do find that that is a lovely bottle.
It's it is pretty, isn't it? And he just kind of gives you this look, and doesn't really go any farther.
Okay.
with the concept of if you don't know what that is, I'm not going to tell you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes. Theros, you actually happen to notice that there's a pair of jugs sitting up on the shelf there with everything else, and they definitely display the Butcher Clan logo on the face of the jugs there.
Okay. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably where they get the rot gut bog stuff from.
Wouldn't surprise me.
There's there happens to be a notice board on the wall too, by the way.
Where's that located?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
over
yeah.
by the door over here. No, it's actually over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
I'll casually walk over to it.
Yeah, help Kenna take your drinks back over the table while you're at it.
Yeah. Drop them off and then go walk over.
All right.
All right.
Kenna, you doing anything else?
Nope.
Nope,
Just heading back to the
hanging
table.
out over there. Okay.
I will
All right.
occasionally glance around the room over my shoulder, but going to pretend that I am engaged in conversation with my friends.
All right, Gror, what are you doing?
Now that they brought us drinks, Grower gives his ale to Billy. And he begins to look around to see if there are other dwarves. Oh, like I think Fleegan mentioned something about one. And he thought he saw 2 gnomes. Are there any other non-humans here?
So
dwarf,
there's
2 gnomes.
there's a dwarf female sitting up here. You have these pair of gnomes sitting right here. And give me just a second here. Let me check something real fast.
You put us in bar, everybody has to run and get a drink.
These 2 right here are softlings, which softlings are, southern gnomes, basically. But yeah, I think everybody else in the tavern at this point is human, for sure. For sure.
Certain softling is a female.
This is a female softling.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. 1 dwarf, those 2, and then the other 2 gnomes.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 dwarf, softling. These 2 are
Dwarf, does the dwarf
smiley.
look familiar? No.
No, you haven't seen this person before.
Friend that would usually hang out at carnivals and try to lure people into getting beat up and
No, that might be interesting, but no.
She doesn't look like a glass merchant.
Who's the guy in the yellow hat near us?
So that's the man. He's got some feathers stuck in his straw cap, and he's got some other feathers just kind of clinging to various parts of his body.
He's got
kinda-
that like goatee going, like he might be of like Asian descent or something.
Yeah, he's definitely Australian. Very much so. You can tell on that.
play
so-
rare.
Oh no. No.
Like, would we
Just
be
Australia
surprised?
is in the world of Xayathe is the continent that tends to have the more typical Asian influence type individuals that you would find in our world. So, all right, Fleegan, what are you doing after you scan the bar there, or after you scan everything? Yep.
So he's going to pick up his drink. Thanks, Kenna. He's going to walk over to these gnomes.
As I roll my eyes, going, "It's not Kenna while we're in town."
And sit down. Actually, I think they're at this table, right?
Yeah, it's these 2 right here.
Yeah. Say, howdy guys, what's up? Where you from?
Because all gnomes know each other, right?
Well, one of my goals is to find a nice gnome community.
They're sitting there, like I said, they're talking over some vials of various colors of liquid and all, and they seem very intent on that. And when you come over, you kind of startle them as you come over and start to chat with them, just out of the blue, and they kind of startle up and they look at you. And the female actually had her hand up near one of the vials, and she knocks it over, and it kind of clatters on the table and starts to roll towards the edge. And just before it rolls off the edge, the male reaches over and grabs it before it falls off the edge, and kind of gives her a look of smirk, and his eyes were kind of big and wide as he grabs it, gingerly takes it and slips it into a pocket in his jacket. And you notice that he's got a monocle on his eye that he was using to kind of look at one of them, and he says, hello, sir. have not typically seen of one of us around these parts. Did you guys just come into town? I didn't even realize you came in here.
Yeah, we just rolled into town just a little bit ago. Ran into some bad monsters and came this way. Now we're here.
He kind of looks you up and down, and he's like, "Oh, why? Well, I do. I guess I see some of the bruises there and the cuts and everything like that." I said, "Hey, you okay? Everybody make it? Everybody make it safe? Everybody all right?"
Enough of us made it okay. So what are you doing here? This doesn't seem like much of a gnome community. Thanks for the pictures.
Did the pictures just show up?
Yep.
Yeah, sorry about that. I meant to do that, and I looked at them, but I forgot to share them.
Are they kind of middle-aged for gnomes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're definitely not young. Definitely not like Fleegan. And Fleegan's the only gnome you've ever seen. But they definitely look like they have a bit more wrinkles and some other stuff, and maybe even possibly just, considering they live in the bog, they're, living the life of difficulty, potentially. But they seem to be dressed a little bit more flamboyantly than some of the others in the room, for that matter. And Fleegan, you notice a strange smell that just kind of emanates from these gnomes. Not a bad body odor type smell, but just a strange something you've never really encountered before. It has an odd combination of maybe chemical mixed with, I don't know, nature mixed with spice, maybe a little bit. Just a strange mixture of different smells, and none of them really turn your stomach in any way. They're just a little odd coming from them. So I'm sorry, good sir. Being just a bit more advanced in age than you. I didn't catch what you just said a minute ago. Can you repeat yourself, my friend?
I said, what brings you two here? This doesn't seem like much of a gnome town.
Oh yes. Well, we've been here for quite some anims now. We just look for a place just kind of off the beaten path. You know how some places are in this world, they're not accepting of certain individuals, and we found a place to settle down, and it found as if this town was to our liking, and we get along with the folks here, and have the opportunity to, well, we'd like to brew, and we brew, and as we make our things, we try and sell them as folks come on in and out. Sometimes we'll pack up our creations, and well, they're alchemical of sorts, if you know what I'm trying to say. And we pack them up, take them on up to Pronadal, and sell them as needed.
So you make beer, then, is what you're saying?
Well, sometimes we do make beer, but more often than not, other kind of things. If you're looking for a certain potion or something like that might be useful for you, we have those kind of things available to us. Sell them from time to time.
Wow, really?
Well, yeah.
Is that what I'm smelling? Is potions?
When you say that, he kind of gets a little look on his face of to take a little bit of offense as to what you've said, what you're saying, and
well, yeah. Well, when you have a head as big as mine, you get big noses too.
He throws his head back with a laugh, and the female there, She gives a little bit of chuckle and says, "You's a funny one. You is a funny one. I'm liking you. It's been some time since I've seen a youngin' like you. So thanks for making me smile. That was kind of nice. I really liking you."
Oh, well, thank you. I like you too, especially that hat of yours. It's pretty.
You like this? Yeah, it's been in my family for quite some years. I think it was my grandma's, maybe, if I remember right, that passed it down, and it's just been something nice that we've had all these years.
So when you guys heading up to Pronadal next?
Well, I think we're going to be hanging around. That we got some things brewing back at the place, and of course we're getting ready for the Peace Festival. And I think maybe after the Peace Festival would probably be a good time to go. But we don't want to go before then. We certainly don't want to miss it. Pretty excited about the festivities for sure.
What goes on with this Peace Festival? Everybody seems to be all excited about it.
Well, there for many years we and the male there, he kind of nudges in a little bit. And he says, begging your pardon. We're not being very polite. We haven't even introduced ourselves. My name's Friendy, and this is my wife Millicent here, and we're the Paulson's. All right.
Folsom Flem?
Paulson Flams.
Balsam
Yep.
Flams.
Paulson Flams. Yeah, we be the Paulson Flams. So, begging your pardon, we hadn't introduced ourselves, but it's a pleasure to meet you. Can I be bothering
Roy
you for your name?
nudges Kenna under the table to warn her that Fleegan's about to talk and maybe say who he is, or something, so that she's ready to grab him, strike him, electrocute him, whatever's needed.
At this point, there's not much we can do. He's off.
Of course up. Probably wouldn't notice.
Probably not.
Do we have rooms? I think we need to
Yes.
go to our
You know,
rooms.
you might start a fire, which is probably beneficial for what we do around here.
Well,
Yeah, my name. They call me Flea. I guess it's because I'm so short.
Really?
Yeah,
That's-
I'm not a big fan of it, but what are you gonna do?
Gror, give me a perception check, please.
ooh. You see nothing,
I
and then
think that's
some.
a perception check. I'm not sure. I
Yeah.
can't quite perceive that even.
Yeah. The small talk is kind of going back and forth there, and they seem like kind people. A little bit out of place, a little bit odd. Of course, you've asked them those questions and stuff, but that's who they are. So, anything else you want to ask them before I move on down to? I was going to go back to Theros.
The only thing left I want to say is, well, sometime when we get a chance one of these days before the Peace Festival, I'd love to see you brew whatever you. I'd love to check it out.
Well, that'd be
Yeah,
great
can
if you
we
guys want to come
that
out to the
now?
place, and we could meet up, make you some brew. I think that would be nice. That'd be real nice, and be good to just sit down, just kind of have a little bit of talk. I think that would be good, for sure. All right,
Cool.
and they kind of do their thing. So Theros looks at the notice board.
Looking at
Sure.
notices.
I'll show you the notice board here. So And just
He
tell
hasn't
you some of the
noticed it.
things that are.
He hasn't noticed it yet.
Yeah, some of the
Not with
things that
those
are on the notice
perception rolls.
board. Well, that one stood out pretty well. So you have heading Peace Festival. Come celebrate the peace that was made with the Scaly folk. Starting at 4 bells on the town chapel. Bring a dish to share. And then somebody is selling croc and cat skins. Says talk to Burke at the docks. And then there's another one, missing my hound Drunker. And then it says, if you're thinking about reward, keep him. Ain't worth a lick anyway. And then there's somebody selling for sale.
Somebody spent the time and effort to write that out.
Mhm.
For sale, a 12-foot flat-bottom boat, and they're asking 11 gold 7 or best offer. See Tanner the Fisher. And then there is a wanted ad, wanted for murder. Fensal Denarius, 6 foot tall, doing a hadrinary. See Constable Flynn. If you don't know what a Duna Hadrinary is, that's a cross between a dark elf and a human. And then also wanted for murder, Sherna, Subtle Breeze, Grandana, 6 foot 2 inches tall, Sundestian. See Constable Flynn.
And Destian are the orange skin?
Yeah, the tall. Well, that's the Sarth. The orange skin are the Sarth, but Sundestian is the people who come from Sundestia, which is the continent.
Stay away from those people.
the
We have
south.
to save them from the spiders.
Yeah, that was Sundama. And then reward 50 golds to any who can kill that damn Helsicat. See Mayor Hollister.
Was the priest Garrett's last name Hollister?
No, that was. Are you talking about the blonde-haired dude that came and
Yeah.
talked to you? Yeah, that's
He looks
Father
like Ric Flair
Kenlin.
with Hulk Hogan's mustache.
You're right, it does. No, that's Father Kenlin. Kenlin. And his,
Did we get a portrait of him up?
no.
We did not.
I didn't do a very good job with that. I'm sorry. But I will
okay.
show one to you in just a
Was
moment.
not
here.
sure if there
What's
was
his
one.
god's name again?
Ordain.
Ordain.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Ordain.
I figured I might have got that wrong too.
Yeah, Wardain.
Ward Dane.
Yeah. All right. Father Garrett. Father Garrett Kenlin. They call him Father Kenlin. Yeah, and if I would have shown you that poster, then you would have actually probably seen that he's got a medallion of Wardain hanging around his neck.
A big old one.
And if you come on over here, I will be wiping the floor with your sorry little big hands.
I'm the
Right.
father
Whoa.
of brothers.
Yes. All right. So, the False and Flams kind of after they talk to Fleegan, bid their farewell, gather up the vials that they're playing around with and put them into their pockets, and they leave.
What time of night is it? What time of day?
It's early afternoon.
Oh,
Ish.
early afternoon. Okay.
Early afternoon ish.
So people were probably in here having lunch.
Yeah, that's best you can tell. Yep.
Um,
Finishing up, seem to be enjoying themselves. For sure. So
we want to
we
go get
have
cleaned up
uh,
and check out our rooms, or is there something else we need to do, guys?
I think checking the rooms would be smart.
Make sure we can secure them.
Billy's probably got to go to the bathroom though, because they just gave him all my ale, so I could take him outside if you want to.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you said ale. was gonna do that, and I got sidetracked on what was going on. So, Kenna, as you actually know Gror. Well, both Gror and Kenna. You no, Gror, you gave your ale to
Billy.
Billy, didn't you? Okay, yeah. So Kenna,
Mhm.
as you take a sip of the spiced ale, you can't help but think of Stoof, as he brewed a very similar draft. So
Not mentioning anything about that to Gror. I'm like not going to say a thing.
all right.
Appreciated.
So you guys are talking about getting and going up and checking your rooms and everything, and
Yeah.
this female from over here in the corner, she comes over and just kind of saunters on over to you all, and she walks by Theros as she's coming towards the table, and Theros, you notice that you would think that maybe she ran her hand across the small of your back. But it was so light of a touch you weren't sure, but she definitely went right behind you. And she comes on over, and she's just kind of keeping an eye on each of you as she comes over this direction, and then she
Please tell me
locks.
I don't recognize her.
You do not recognize her.
Okay.
But
Like, oh
she
god,
gives
is
it.
this the thief?
What's that?
I was thinking it was the thief from the carnival the first day, the one that took the gambler's pouch that I chased down.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
oh no.
For some reason, I'm completely drawing a blank of her name. Jillian was her name.
Jillian, yeah.
Anyhow, no.
Okay.
No, this one comes over. I'll show you a picture over here. So here we go. So yeah, she comes over, and she like I said, she kind of looks at each one of you as she's coming along, and tries to look each of you in the eyes, and she sees Ken, and she gives Ken a nod and a smile, very warm smile, and she sees Gror, noticing that he had given Billy some ale, who was eagerly lapping it up and enjoying it, and she smiles and she says, now you my friend, that beard of yours is full, and it's just the look about you. You've seen things in this life. Could you tell me some of that? What have you seen? I'd like to know more about your story.
Insight. I want to know how much of this is her just blowing smoke to try to.
Give me an insight. How do you respond, bro?
I have no tales to tell. The tale is already in the telling. You may end up one day knowing it. And he
Well, I
just looks back down to the goat. And
No, darling, don't look away. Tell me your story. I'd like to know your story. I mean, if you wanted to go somewhere a little bit more private, and we could have a talk there, I'd be happy with that too. If you don't feel comfortable in sharing in this place, I mean, I couldn't help but notice you all are going to be staying here for a few days. So, wouldn't mind getting to know each other a little bit. Wouldn't you like that?
I have many friends already and need no more.
she actually sits down at the table and slides up a little close to you, and she smells like well-oiled leather, and but it's not, of course that's a if that's something that it's not an unpleasant smell. She definitely doesn't have a foul smell about her, but she's definitely very shapely and attractive.
Gore smells like a bonfire and the ashes he's covered in.
Okay. But she says, now, I do love a man who plays hard to get. And, I mean, do you want to?
I look at her and I'm like, honey, he is not playing. He's hard to get.
She looks over at you and she goes, well, have you guys tried this hookup thing before?
No.
No. Well, see, maybe that's why I can kind of see in his eyes he's needing a little bit. So, yeah, I find him quite interested, and I wouldn't have a
This
problem
says-
with.
I do not play. I am not interested in games.
Whoa, she got close fast.
Who said anything about games? I mean, you're a strong, willful-looking individual who seems knowledgeable about the ways of this world, somewhat spry. Sometimes a girl just needs to have a little fun. Do you want to have a little fun?
I look over to the guy that was sitting with her before she got up and just try to
He
understand.
looks at her and with, the ashes around his eyes and a bit of insanity added just for flavoring, says, I am not here for fun. Find someone else to talk to. I am very tired, and perhaps one day I will have time for you.
Well, I think you have made yourself quite clear about where you stand on this subject. But I do want to say, darling, you're missing out. Just so you know. But if you ever do have a change of mind, I'm in here pretty much every day. Wouldn't mind chatting about this again later. So you don't need to go looking for me. I'm sure I'll find you. Theros, you said that you were making an observation of the individual that was
The
sitting
guy
with her.
that she was with.
Yeah. He's sitting back there, kind of keeping he's got his arms crossed across his chest, and he's just kind of sitting back, leaning back in his chair a little bit, just watching what's going on. Give me an insight check, please. Okay. You're an individual who knows what it's like when you go into your rage trance. The actual, I don't know if thrill is the right term, but that rush that you get from that. And you see an unmistakable look on this man's face of that adrenaline rush that shows in his eyes, similar to the type of adrenaline rush you would get from you going into kind of a post-rage situation. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
AKA, he's getting off on this.
So, Gror does a very interesting job of shutting this girl down, and she basically tells you that she's interested if you're interested, but she'll be seeing you around. And she gets up and she gives a nod to Kenna, as she gets up and she heads on back over across the room and goes over and whispers something into her companion's ear there, and they get up and they leave the bar.
Well, I can guarantee you that would not have been free.
I'll check to make sure that I have all my possessions.
Okay.
Blair has to
best-
turn down women everywhere we go.
Best you can tell, you definitely have all of your possessions. For sure. All right, Kimber, what are you up to?
I was thinking it's good she didn't ask me. I was going to ask Kenna where the rooms are and throw all my stuff to drawer, but that was close. I really don't like being next to these 4 individuals here. I'm probably starting to get really uncomfortable. I'm trying to figure out why I'm still standing here, not in a room where we could talk privately. But I think I've asked a couple times, so I don't want to ask again. So I'm just kind of getting impatient standing here.
Yeah.
Is there anyone in this room that looks like a Shiner?
Give me a...
That's a funny question.
That is a funny question, but give me a...
Or do they all? I mean,
Well,
Give me
there's one north of us that's like a duplicate of someone we ran into a long time ago.
Yeah, he was one of the shiners.
Sometimes you have to reuse art, okay?
No, that's good. It's fine, but that's what makes it
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. We're not complaining here.
So give me a history or an insight check, your choice. Those are both intelligent based, aren't they?
oh, insight's wisdom.
Insight's
Wisdom,
wisdom.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, wisdom or history. Yeah.
Take history.
You really are thinking about, you know, the Butcher clan, you know, the Shiners that, you know, the clan that you guys had went to their farmhouse and burned it down, and you saw a number of them, number of their relations and stuff, and this one right here seems to have an eerie resemblance or familial resemblance to some of those butchers.
Hmm.
When I guess the other thing I need to mention is when Gror shoots the girl down, you hear a snort coming from this table here. And,
We probably don't exactly need a barroom brawl.
Uh-uh.
So Gror will nudge Theros and say, "Nice of you to join us. It's time to go to the rooms." Push him towards that aisle. And he'll grab Billy and pull him across the bench with him.
Then we'll trudge, I assume, upstairs to the rooms.
Looks
guys head
like
on up to the
we're
rooms.
heading.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the time recognizing what is tactical.
Okay.
Yeah, in case we get into a pinch.
Okay. Kimber and Theros, give me perception check. Or no, yeah, Kimber and Theros, give me perception checks, please. Okay. All right. Theros is looking around the room. You know, addressing tactical positions and advantages if needed and things like that. But Kimber, as you're heading up there, you've been wanting to get out of this room and get up into a private location for quite some time, and you kind of scan the room just to see if anybody is watching you, or kind of taking interest in the fact that you guys are getting up and walking away. And it seems as if almost everybody in the room is busy, either enjoying their food and their drink, or some of them are, this one right here, he's going back on over to the bar. These two right here end up leaving.
She was creeping me out. That hat was terrible.
But the rest of them aren't really paying attention to you, except for this one over here. As you guys get up to leave, you notice that he's intently watching, and he has, for the matter, pretty much just been observing and watching. Unlike the others, everything that you all have been doing since you walked in the bar.
Great. Now, since we've been here, has this guy done anything? Was he the one that broke up the fight?
No, that was
the
Father
priest.
Kenlin.
Okay, so he hadn't really done nothing but sit there and watch, huh?
Yep.
I'm gonna wait
Alright.
till we get to the room before I talk about anything.
Okay. All right. So you guys want to go upstairs? Okay. Let me do that real quick here. Hang on just a second. I think. Yep. I need to get a map in this. Hang on. So we are looking for. Oh, is it? Derp. Never mind. Sorry. Tired. Okay. It's out of the way. If you guys scroll down on the map, you will find yourselves upstairs. So you guys go up the stairs, and you find yourselves kind of in like a little foyer at the top of the stairs. Probably should have told you that, what's his name? Herbert gave you the numbers room 1 and room 2. And that's this room here and this room here.
Okay.
And one of them actually has one bed, or one of them has 2 beds, and one of them has 3 beds. So.
Okay. Theros, I think you should stay in the room with me. I think that the other guys can take the second room.
Should we all talk a little bit in one of the rooms?
Yeah.
Get on the same page?
Yep, absolutely.
Right. So we'll go into the room here with the 3 beds.
Yeah.
And got a little table in there and all that. So, okay. So, talk amongst yourselves. I won't give you a topic.
I just wanted to say that Rory handled the lady pretty good, but I didn't like being next to those people at that table, and I'm trying not to be too loud. If I sound loud on the mic, I'm not really trying to be loud. But both Gror and I noticed a symbol on the table of the Butcher clan, possibly, but we couldn't help but notice the people at the table next to us had an uncanny, familiar aura about them that reminded us of the Butchers also. And then I also noticed, it didn't really dawn on me right away, but pretty much the whole time we entered the tavern to getting our rooms and headed upstairs, there was a man with a kind of a duster hat over by the fireplace just watching us the whole time. And that definitely unnerves me a bit. And then Father, that priest Wardain, straight up asked me if we were Shizats, and I think I did a pretty good job covering up, but I mean, we do kind of stand out. If not me, Kenna and Theros.
Remember, I am trained in disguise kit, and I have one, and I did us up to help disguise us. So I don't know that he would have recognized that, but.
All right. Well, I think we've done a pretty good job, but we're definitely in dangerous waters here. And
Yeah.
What did you tell that guy your name was, Kenna, originally?
Oh, that was. I told Otis that my name was Noranda.
That's right. That's what I wrote Noranda down, but I couldn't remember what that was. All right. Well, we may need to want to remember that, right, Fleegan?
No idea what you're talking about.
That's right. Kenna is going by Noranda. It had been so long, I thought that was a place.
Well,
Yeah,
while
as
I
many
don't know
names
for
as get
sure-
thrown around here, I could understand getting tripped about them. So
Yeah, no.
Fleegan's name has been disguised to just Flea.
Flea, that's
Correct.
right.
What if it's him? Do we all want to claim secret names now?
Well, I wouldn't go throwing around your actual name if possible. I'm not saying that it'll lead to any issues, but better safe than sorry, right?
Right. What's Theros going by now?
Grandin.
Oh, that's far too
Big
far
Mike.
too long of a name for
Big
you.
Mike Naughton.
Was it Grandin?
Yep. Grandin with a G. Grandin.
Okay.
The guard. Grandin.
And Kimber, who are you when you visit the Bog Town?
I'll just be Bob. It's a perfect name.
Yeah, you can spell it backwards. It's just the same. I mean, I
Exactly.
can get it better than that.
Like Taco Cat.
I think Billy should go by Willie.
I don't think Billy needs an alias.
He's pretty famous. If anybody has to talk about him, his name should be Willie.
Got it. I'll remember that.
Free Willy.
And Gror, what are you going to go by?
Just gonna be Kazakh. K-A-Z-A or K-A-Z
Please
apostrophe.
don't make me
A-K.
remember that stuff.
Nope, I've written them down,
Pause it.
and I'm going to assume that unless we purposefully do so,
Right.
we're going to be referring to each other by our.
I figure we're not the Black Veil troop right now, or something else.
Nope. Yep. Right now, we are just some travelers who happen to have some merch that we may or may not want to sell, and that we're going to visit the party.
All right, and Fleegan, when he said Kenna, he was really saying, "Can you get me another drink?"
We'll just let that one slide for now, and not worry about it unless somebody else brings it up.
Love it.
All right, well, I would sure like to
Love
get out of
it.
these clothes and wipe all this sweat and muck off of myself
So
and
what are y'all doing there?
old blood.
Maybe that's part of our disguise too, that Fleegan and Kenna are lovers. That Kenna's
no.
his pet name for her.
No. No matter how many times you try to sell that, that is not being... Nobody's buying it. So, it is not being purchased. Unlike the lady who you were talking with earlier, who probably would have been purchased if you had accepted her offer. She seems a little...
Most of the time, they don't try to charge me.
Most of the time they don't talk to you unless they're trying to charge you.
But they're still not trying to charge me, is my point.
Ouch.
No, most of the time they try to rob you.
Oh, well, that's true. They do that. That's
That was one time.
just the one time, guys.
One.
So now we need to find this contact. The only information we have is to somehow use the phrase, the name Matthias Overton and blunted steel sword. So my question is where are we going to try that and with whom? Did anyone stand out that might have been the person we're looking for, or
Maybe the one by the fire that was staring at us the
I
whole
have
time.
a description of him that
looking
didn't
at
sound or look like any of the art, though.
did we have?
Supposed
I
to
don't
be
think we had
short
a
and
description.
scarred, I thought.
I don't remember if we have a description.
Well,
Okay, here it is. I found my note. Use Matthias Overton and a blunted steel sword in asking about the short, scarred human, Brendan, but don't use his name.
Okay, so we're looking for a short scarred human.
could have been the guy by the fire. I don't know.
I was gonna say, did anyone
He had a big
stand out with
beard.
that description for you?
And
So
I didn't think so. What about Casey? Did we miss something?
Somebody give me a history or perception check with advantage.
Hey,
I got
I also want to say, in these situations with lots of people around, can we come up with some code words that don't mean what we want them to mean, like time to get in a fight, or time to run, or time to stop talking, or something like that?
Let's say Fleegan when we're not supposed to talk anymore.
I thought Fleegan did fine. I mean,
Fleegan did
we're
fine.
trying to fit in, you know, but
yeah, Fleegan did just
So-
fine.
I don't know, Gror. I think you took one too many hits in the head with a tentacle. You're having trouble with mental acuity today. But Kenna, as you guys were talking about
yeah.
this, was thinking about it, and you feel like that solitary individual that was sitting over by the fireplace.
Uh-huh.
You do recollect that he had some pretty good scars on his face.
And while he didn't stand up, do I know? Can I estimate about how tall he was, ish?
No, you don't have a real good
Okay.
clue on that one without getting over there and getting a little bit more observation of the individual, because he was on the other side of the
Got it.
tavern there.
Okay. So there is a decent chance that was him. But we won't know for sure until we have a chance to.
He's still down there. You could go down there and invite him up to our room.
No, that seems weird. So, and besides,
Different than
Buy him
than
a
Pretty
drink.
no different than Pretty Face coming over and making a overt pass at Gror.
yeah. She
She was pretty.
she
If Gror
strikes.
had ever seen Xena, he would have been really into her. Because her picture has Xena's armor, but looks like Xena's friend. Gror's never seen Xena, so.
Funny.
such observations.
And only in role-playing games is that something you would actually hear somebody say.
Fliggin. Fliggin. You there?
Yep.
Yeah. As everybody's talking, you feel like you see light from the hall cast a shadow under your door, as if someone is standing outside your door listening.
Open it.
So he'll put his finger to his lips and sound.
And at that
Peep over
point,
to the door.
when he does the lips to finger to his lips, I'll start talking about go into a story about something that happened to me while I was in Pronadol last, trying to make it not just suddenly go silent.
And then
Okay.
I'll peep over to the door. And
Okay.
swiftly open it and say, "Of course I don't want to extend my car warranty. Go away."
Your wagon warranty.
My wagon warranty.
All right, you swing the door open, and you see the barkeep standing in the hallway with a rag in his hand. It looks like he's cleaning something off of the doorknob of the door across the hall from you all to room number 4.
I'll walk out and go into my room then, act like it wasn't like we were trying to catch somebody then.
You guys are in your room. Me and Theros have the other room.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'll say,
Yeah.
after you, my lady. Remember,
And
I'm
I
playing
will,
the act. I'm playing the role of your guard.
I will. Well, yep. I'll just head over to room number 1 and go in and nod to the bartender like nothing's going on.
All right. Yeah, he nods back just nonchalantly as he's just sitting there. It looks like he's cleaning something up off the doorknob and wiping it off, and
Doesn't
seems
seem
pretty
suspicious
intent on
at all.
trying to get that cleaned. What's that?
Doesn't seem suspicious at all.
Cleaning a doorknob in a place that's falling apart like this.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, that is the cleanest part of this entire building.
And
And
late
he finishes.
Bartender's cleaning it.
He finishes it up, and he heads on down the hall, and he just kind of nods that he goes by, doesn't say anything.
Yep. Okay, so gonna go to the
Everyone
room.
here seems awfully friendly, but
Yeah.
I'll try the other 2 doors. Right there's
With the bartender
There's,
standing right
yes.
there, that's a bad idea.
3 and 4, right?
Yeah, but the
Oh,
the
he
bar.
left.
Oh, okay. I'm like, no.
Can I be reminded what time of day is it?
Oh, it's afternoon.
Mid-afternoon.
Oh,
Mid-afternoon.
So just gonna get cleaned up a bit. Maybe shake the clothes off over Theros' bed. No.
I'll knock on those other 2 doors.
Okay.
Quietly, but enough that someone inside.
Is there another door connected?
So
to
this
ours
is
that
room
I've never
1. This is room 2. This is room 3, and this is room 4. So you knock on door 3, and after a few moments, nothing seems to happen.
Knock on door 4.
Knock on door 4. Okay. Yeah. And again, after a few moments, nothing seems to happen. I should let you know that what's his name talked to you as well, and down the hall is the there's a privy down the hall there,
Okay.
just in case you need to use the bathroom.
All right, I'll look down the hall, make sure no one's looking, and then I'll open each of the doors individually and close them.
Okay.
Just seeing if there's anyone in there.
All right, so you look down the hallway,
Right.
everything.
Locked.
The doors actually are locked, and he gave you the key to your guys' rooms. Gave you the keys to your guys' rooms. But
Okay.
yeah,
So they're
room
locked?
3 and 4 are locked. Yeah, they're locked.
Okay.
Pretty sure that could be changed if we desperately needed to, but I don't think it's something we need to worry about
I don't
right
think it's
now.
something we need to do.
Yeah.
Actually, it may not be a bad idea to have them unlocked. Not entered, but unlocked.
Who should go talk to the guy that we're not sure if he may be in contact, whatever?
The
Trendon.
mistress should do that.
Are you
I'll go back into the main room.
are you suggesting that once patrons have kind of moved on, we switch rooms just in case?
No, it's if the barkeep doesn't realize that they're unlocked. Because
I just meant when we go
Why
back
would he be
downstairs
doing what
before
he
we
was
leave,
doing?
who's going to talk to the guy that we think has scars?
I guess here's the thing: is if the doors are unlocked and we need to exit into those doors,
Might make a
and
quick exit. if
might
they
make us
think they're
give us
locked.
right, and they might think that we are in the what you said is if we're in the other rooms, and we know that they're coming, then we can get a surprised advantage. And besides, the barkeep will just think he left it unlocked by accident. But just in case, it might be good to have extra room to maneuver, because he wasn't just up here cleaning a doorknob. Seems
Yeah.
awfully friendly, but that does not strike me as something he
Well,
should be doing.
Bartenders are paid to be friendly. That's how, well, actually, that's how they get paid, is by being friendly, usually. So I
And
can
having
understand.
information.
Sure, absolutely. So that's something we need to look into. So keep an eye on.
But I think Kenna should go introduce herself to the man of mystery with a
Creepy,
drink.
Creepy McCreeperson.
And of course, you'll have your bodyguard with you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be the best way that we should approach this. What are
And
your
then-
guys' thoughts?
And then the others can come down in a little while, or
Wait 5 minutes and come down. I think that's a good idea.
Who's gonna go meet our mystery man?
yeah,
Kenna.
that is me.
She's the trader. She's the head honcho here. She's the most eloquent in speaking. And, well, it would just look odd if you, Quimber, went down and offered him a drink.
Well, this is a fantasy story after all.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know what I meant by that.
why
but
do I put up with these guys?
It's just,
Why do I put up with them? So I guess I'm going to head down stairs with Theros and see if Creepy McCreeperson's still sitting over across the room.
Okay. Just a second here.
Now, follow my lead, Theros. I'm gonna do something where we don't necessarily have to approach him directly, but we can let him know that what we're doing. So, or that we're trying to make contact.
Okay.
Because we don't necessarily just want to make contact. So,
As you guys come down the stairs, you see You see old Herbert. He's walking towards the back of the bar. And the room has really cleared out quite a bit. Most everybody that was there is no longer there. You do see the two softlings sitting there at their table. They seem to be, they have I don't know, 4 or 5 empties apiece sitting on the table. Apparently the day drinking is strong with these two.
Yeah.
And their cheeks are quite flushed at this point. You see this individual over here. He seems to be playing the cards that are on the table right there. And then you see this other individual over there still sitting at the near the fireplace, just watching you as you head back into the room.
I'll ask the bartender for 2 more pails. Pale ales.
So you go over to the bartender and ask him for 2 more.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. That'd be another 2 sylphs, please.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I follow closely there behind.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go over and sit at this table right here. This one.
The bartender actually he asks you as you get the ales and all, and said, everything up in your rooms to your liking.
They're acceptable, yes.
You found everything that you need. You got any questions?
Not at this time.
No. All right. Well,
If I need
sure.
anything, if we need anything, we'll let you know. Thank you.
Okay. All right. And as you're heading around the room there, you pass those 2 softlings sitting at that table, and you can't help but overhearing them talking something about, and you distinctly hear the word murder.
Kind of perk up and listen a little bit as I slowly go by.
Yeah. So you kind of slow down, and you
Yeah.
I'm saying, yeah, it's a shame. I really liked old Doc Fenton. I miss him. Miss that man. He was a good drinking buddy. Can't believe that they'd go and kill him.
That must be in reference to those murders on the, or at least one of them on the.
And that was the female, and the male. See, he kind of sniffles and wipes his nose a little bit. It's like, I can't. I just don't get it. It doesn't add up. He was gonna save us. Just thought that they were friends, not betray him. It's just wrong.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, so I go over and sit at this table over here and indicate that Theros should sit with me.
Okay. All right. As Theros follows you over, you overhear them say, "Damn butchers! Just wish somebody just do something about them."
So we're each on the other side of the table. Yeah, so I put the 2 ales down and I start talking with Theros about, a duel that I had seen just a few months back. Telling him, saying, duels are fine, but the thing I don't understand is this guy. What was his name? Matthias Overton. And I'm going to be speaking out loud, not like whispering to him.
Mm-hmm.
Matthias Overton. He actually took the challenge of taking on a bear in the arena with a blunted steel sword. Do you believe that?
What a fool.
Yeah. And then just casually keep drinking my ale, and I'm not going to look around. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just...
As she says that, I'll peek a look at the guy by the fireplace. The
Yeah.
mark, as to say, and just watch his reaction if he has any.
Yeah, as you give your response an exclamation, and you look over at him, he happened to be taking a drink at that point, and you see him um, look at you and put his drink down and give a nod, and then actually gets up and walks over, sits down at a chair, another chair near to your table. He says, "Old Matthias, I remember him. He was good at the old showmanship in the arena, wasn't he?"
Well, that he was. That he was, my friend. Now, was he supposed to give some kind of a response that they told us about, or?
They didn't say anything about that. He
Okay.
just
I was
he
just
just,
checking, so.
When
yeah.
he gets up and walks over, does he match the height description?
He's definitely shorter than Kenna. So for a male, he's not quite tall,
That's
and he
pretty
does
darn
he does
short.
definitely have two pretty strong, pretty deep scars. In fact, I should probably show you a picture of him here. Hang on.
Yeah, since I'm 5'3", that is a tiny, tiny man.
So, all right, there you go. Interesting thing is he looks somewhat similar to the persona known as Kimber, the individual who is the. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. He looks like Chris to me. I don't know why, but anyhow.
Except for that cloudy eye and the nose ring, but yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that.
I'm just saying he reminds me of Gragnik. So anyhow, I figured you'd get a kick out of that, but yeah,
You're
that's
seeing
neither
me
here.
everywhere. I love it.
Yeah. So yeah, he says yeah, that's Matthias. He's quite the showman. Yeah. Well, I put some money down on him one time, and I think he was gonna throw the match, and then something happened. Maybe he got an eye of the ladies or something. But, I don't know. It's been some time since I've had the opportunity to know the man. Tell me, what do you know with this? This Matthias?
Well, like I said, I know him by having seen him in the arena and by reputation mostly.
He looks over at Theros. He kind of looks you up and down a little bit. He says, "So, tell me, you seem to be protecting this little lady here. What she need protecting from? Is that Matthias individual taking a liking to her too, like he's taking a liking and a shine to the other ladies?"
Perhaps.
You could say he has taken a shine too.
Yeah, it sounds like something that he would do. He would certainly do that, and you are quite the looker. And he reaches his hand up and he brushes your hair away from your eye a little bit. And very quietly, and Theros, you would have to struggle to even hear this. Just as he's doing that, almost as just of a trail off, he's saying, and she, and he definitely would take a liking to one such as you. He says, just a couple of you out back of the bar in about 20 minutes. Make sure you noticed. And he says, but it's probably not good of me to be touching and
Let's
not
forward.
really introducing. So sorry. Sorry, but old Matthias, old Matthias, he'd be doing that kind of stuff.
That he does. And I nod.
Well, it's always good to meet some folk who know some others that we know, but I think I need to be getting on. Been hanging out here for the day, and probably need to be getting on back home. So I'll be seeing you around. Sounds like you're gonna be here for a few days.
Yes, my name is Noranda, by the way, and my companion here is Grandin.
Well, Miranda, it's interesting in meeting y'all. Got to get back out to fishing and taking care of getting some things home for the night. Got to get some wood a splitting. So, you all have a pleasant stay. I hope you find some people to buy the wares that you were saying you were selling, and probably be seeing you around. Probably maybe even the Peace Festival. Huh?
Oh, I would love that. I would love to see the Peace Festival. You stay safe.
Yeah. You as well. He gets up and he leaves.
I lean forward and very quietly tell Theros. He indicated that we should meet him behind the tavern in 20 minutes. Not the whole group. So I think we should go up and tell the boys to keep a watch out the window on that side, because I do believe that is the side of the building that we are on, and keep an eye out for us. Why don't you go take care of that? I'll stay here. Keep an eye on what's going on here.
I'm gonna have Fleegan come down, or Flea come down, and hide in the shadows outside.
Not
Make
a
sure
bad
there's no
option.
onlookers.
Yep. Keep an eye out for anyone else who might be spying on us.
Yep.
Makes sense.
At that, I will down the ale, walk upstairs.
All that's going on.
And I'm going to look a little
Or-
nervous while he's gone, so just fake looking a little nervous and looking around, keeping a paranoid eye on everything.
Gror, tell the others that he has seen an omen outside. That he thinks that they should all go downstairs to look at this. Or else they should stay here with Billy. Just to take him all through the town would be possibly too reckless at this point.
Flea, would you mind stepping outside for a moment and just keeping watch on the door?
Why, certainly.
As he's outside, I'll let Quimber and Gror know. Gentlemen, I think we found
Are there
the
windows in
gentleman
the room?
we're supposed to look for.
Yeah, there's
We
windows
can't
in the
meet
room.
in
There's
large numbers.
there's a window here and there's a window here.
I couldn't see. I had a picture of it. Hang on.
Yep.
Give me a minute. Okay, blink away.
He wants us to
Right
meet.
here.
And we're only on the second floor. Will those windows open up large enough for a person to fall through? A smaller person?
They're not really. They open a crack, but they don't seem to open any more than that.
Enough to put a
Why could you
crossbow
throw
bolt through.
someone through?
What's that?
I don't think we've talked to Theros yet when this was happening, so I was just gonna leave, and if they would come with me, they can come with me, or they can stay with Billy. Whichever they need.
I'm
Guys,
sorry. I don't follow. Gror said he wanted to go outside.
Right.
Okay.
do I
The others
catch
don't want to
Gror?
go. He'll leave Billy with them. Otherwise, Billy will come
I think
with.
there's only one stairwell, so
I'm sure I'm gonna run into Theros
Yeah.
on the way, or we all will, whichever.
Okay. And what was Theros saying?
I'm gonna get the guys all in one room, except for Flea, outside to make sure there's no barkeep coming up.
Okay.
I need you guys to watch from the windows. We think we've found the right guy, but we can't meet in large numbers. I'm gonna ask Flea to hide in the shadows, and look for any other onlookers outside. While Kenna and I meet with him. You guys dig?
Up what he's laying down.
Can't hear Zane at all. No idea
Do you not hear me?
what he says at all. Not sure I can hear Mark very well anymore either. For some reason, they're the ones that are cutting out.
Can you hear me?
I don't
Can't
really
hear
see
you.
much.
I can hear Mark. Okay,
Can you hear me?
heard Mark for a while.
How about
Can you hear
Kimber?
me?
I can hear Kember. I can hear Casey.
That's all
I
you
can hear
need then.
Kenna.
You're good.
I just can't hear Theros.
Hmm.
Or Zane.
So what he
Or
was saying,
Brandon.
what he was saying is that he needs you, Gror and Kember to watch from the windows upstairs, because on the back side of the bar they're going to meet with. They found their contact, and he wanted you guys to watch from the windows upstairs just to make sure that nobody was going to be sneaking up on them or trying to listen to the conversation or anything.
I'll climb out of the bed and try to straighten my back out. All right. Move over to the windows.
It's still only afternoon, man.
Yeah.
Are you joking? You know what we've been through.
That's true.
Or tells
I'm not up there.
Theros he wants to go outside with him. Because of this omen, he feels like it's important to go outside and try to see if this raven that he has seen is there to lead us all some other place or warn us of any other danger.
An omen? Alright. Go down in 5 minutes. Quimber, watch from up here. And I'll grab Flea and we'll go on from here. Does that sound good?
Aye.
All right. Then I'll open the door and grab Flea. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
And I'll quietly, as we walk, once we around the corner, if there's no one there, let kind of fill Flea in on the plan. I need you to
What did he say?
go out. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my sound. Hey,
I
Fleegan, I need
think he's
you
the
to-
only one who can't hear you, so.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
I'm
weird.
pretty
Yeah.
positive it's only me, and I can't hear anything he says now.
You have him turned down, so right click on his Discord icon, and there should be a user volume that you can turn up. You may have him turned down for some reason.
Fleegan, I need you to
He
go
wasn't
outside,
blocked
and you'll go off to the right.
in the volume, so hang on.
Not blocked. Well, you haven't blocked me. What's wrong with you? Fleegan, I need you to go off to the right
I'm not seeing what
and
his
go off
volume would be.
into the.
Where do you mean, Casey?
It's a right click.
He can't hear you, Zane, so.
So if
You
you
just-
right click on
Can't.
Theros' icon, there should be a user volume bar that you can turn up and down. Do you see that?
No, don't see anything like that.
Yeah, I have a question. The time in the bar, in the room, and all that, could that be considered a short rest for hit points?
Yeah, if you want to take that. I'll
Yeah,
let
you
you
just
do
have
that.
to roll your hit dice.
Yeah, you roll your hit dice.
I'm only down 1 hit point. I'm not going to worry about it, so.
Hey, Fleegan, I need you to go off to the right and go like you're going someplace else. Ken and I are going to go around to the left, and we'll meet up at the back of the bar.
Well,
I
I'm not
need
gonna
you
leave at
to
the same
stay
time
hidden.
as him. We shouldn't leave at the same time as him, though.
Well, he it looks like he's going off to go do business somewhere else. So it looks like we're splitting up. But I need you to circle back around and stay in the shadows. Make sure no one's listening in or watching us.
Right outside the door, you say?
Around the back.
Yeah, well,
Around the back.
around the back, but
Out the side of this door, right?
I want to make sure as we kind of go around the corner here, before we go down the stairs, I'll kind of just fill you in quietly.
Okay. So, if that's right, so Gror goes outside to see if he can find this raven that he saw, correct?
Yeah, but he
Right.
needs to leave a few minutes after we do.
Okay, so you're gonna so he'll go out a few minutes after you do. So you guys are gonna go downstairs first, or you're just gonna go downstairs and meet up with Kenna, Theros,
Yep,
and
and
Fligan.
then we'll act like we're talking about business and tell him he needs to go back to the stables or something like that. Go back to the stables, go get this, whatever. And then we'll because I'm her bodyguard, I will go with her, and Fliegen will go a different direction. We'll split up,
And then he'll sneak around to
and then
the.
Gror can come down later, right? And then he'll sneak around to the other side, and maybe behind trees or something like that, or in high brush, or behind whatever is back behind there. I don't know what's back there.
All right.
Well, I would say
So-
swamp.
Okay. Gror, you step outside to see if you can see the raven, and you don't see it around front anywhere. What do you do? If you're talking, I see your little icon flashing, but I don't hear you.
Try to go the direction that it came from. Try to go the direction the raven flew away.
Okay. All right.
I'll
So you
reset
would
my
then-
Discord real quick.
So then you go around the corner here. I can hear you fine now. So you go around and you see this side of the building here, and you can see pretty much up above, there's kind of an overhang there. Pretty much up above would be where the windows are to your guys' bedroom. And you look around to see if you can see the raven, and you don't see it anywhere. So right now you got your mic muted. No, it's unmuted.
So are they going to that same side of the building? Because the other door is on the opposite wall.
Yeah, they're going to go to that side of the building that's out back. So
Okay.
your
Then
guys'
I'm gonna
room is on
walk
the...
away. Walk away to the left of the map.
Okay.
Like a decent amount of space so that it doesn't seem like I'm trying to be in the same area they are or anything.
Okay.
And then I'll continue looking for the raven, across the street or road or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, as you walk around the building, you see, bushes and trees around and stuff, and you're scanning all of them to see if you see this this bird, and you do not anywhere. So you head around that way. All right. So he's out there wandering around looking for a raven. It hasn't quite been 20 minutes yet by the time you get all the way around the building. What do you do, Gror?
So I never found anything.
You didn't see that raven anywhere. No?
Okay. Well, I was just going to try to keep a position outside, when they come back outside, so I'm not by them, but I'm
Okay.
out here in case something were to happen.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll just leave you right there, and if you want to move around the building, move yourself around the building, you're welcome to. So, between the three of you, what's the plan?
So as we're walking out, we're going to tell Flea to go and get something from the wagon that we need, and then we'll go the opposite direction and look like we're just checking out the town, and then try to move around to where he told us to meet him.
Okay. While you're doing that, giving out the instructions and everything, this guy who's sitting over here at the bar with the or at the table with the cards on and everything, he kind of comes. He gets up, and you tell he kind of stumbles a little bit as he gets up, and
So-
he stumbles over and he comes over to Kenna. You all play Cut the Dragon.
No, I'm
Fun game
sorry,
and
I've never learned.
Well, let's play with the deck of fortuity, first that deck thing. And I
I do apologize,
you
but
can win some money. You can win some monies. You want to come over here and play with me?
I do appreciate the offer, sir, but we are in the middle of something right now, and I have some business to attend.
What's more important than coming over and having a drink and playing game with me? There's nobody left in this place except for those two little short things over there. I just want somebody to play. The guys, they got upset and nobody wanted to play anymore. It was my turn next. Now they're gone and there ain't anybody left, and I just want someone to come play with me.
I'll tell you what. Give us about an hour, and I will come and play a hand with you.
You see him cheer up a little bit as you say that. Okay, I want to do that. It's a fun game. Cut the Dragon. What's her name again? That goddess. She smile on people. She give you some luck and all. I just not very good at that. Father Kenlin, he says things all good and strong. He's a real good speaker, but I never can remember those kind of things.
So I've never been a heavily religious person myself, so I couldn't tell you really.
Well, okay. But all right. Well, yeah. If you want to come play with me, I'll be here. I ain't got nothing else to do. Sir doesn't really have anything going on for me. He's got other things. So I'll just kind of wait until I'm coming told what to do. But I'll be over here if you want to come play some cards with me. Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right. I'll go back over here and sit and see if I can think about this, and I'll see you in a little while.
Sounds good.
Okay. So that happened.
Yep.
So,
Who did he say he was waiting to tell him?
Zer.
Zer? Okay.
Actually, sorry. I may have said that wrong. I think it's Chur. Yeah, Chur.
Does that name recognize ring a bell to me at all? Or
Chur?
yeah.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, once we're done
Did he
dealing with
smell
that,
like? Did he smell like he was drunk?
Yes, very much so.
Okay.
my paranoid little bodyguard. Thank you.
I was about to step in, but thought I'd let you role play a little.
Yeah, well, if he was, if you had detected that he wasn't drunk, that would have been a bad situation. So.
All right. So what's the okay? So is it Theros and Fleegan that are going out to meet with
Nope.
old Trandon?
Lincoln is going to hide and keep an eye on the area while me and
That's right. That's right.
He can sneak much better, and I'm playing the role of the bodyguard. So
Okay. All right. So it's about that time, 20 minutes after he spoke with you all. So you guys want to head out that way? It would be
Yep.
over on the backside back here. And then Fleegan, go ahead and give me a stealth check, please.
22.
Alrighty. So
Nice.
Fliegen comes out, and he's gonna kind of stealth and keep an eye on things. Kenna and Theros are gonna head out back, and
Wandering around looking like nothing is going on and trying to be inconspicuous, I guess. That's
yeah. All right. So as
What
you
is
guys
it like
come,
back there? What's
there's
the terrain?
it's the brush that you would find typically in a bog. It's there's a couple of short hanging trees with vines hanging off of them and stuff, and some brush around and things, and the ground is kind of
It's not clear
damp,
though. It's kind of
squishy.
wild.
Yeah, it's wild.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then back beyond that, I don't know how far, a number of feet or whatever, you'd be getting kind of into the marshy. It's all marshy and boggy and this stuff, the kind of vegetation you would find in that location. But as you guys come around,
It's not like there's. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Ask your question.
No, I was just going to say it's wild as opposed to like cleared or
Correct.
like someone's put down cobblestone.
Yeah,
or
no.
road or something.
No,
like
not
that.
at all. Not at all. In fact, it's kind of muddy. Yeah, the buildings are just kind of built either on docks or stilts or just right there, right on the muddy ground. So, and then the rest of it's unkempt, and you have kind of muddy pathways from place to place.
Are there a lot of trees in the area?
A decent amount, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not real tall though. They're the type of trees that are kind of, low trees with the swinging hanging branches that kind of hang down and stuff.
Yep.
So you guys come around the northeast corner of the building, and you see Trandon kind of over in a corner by a double door that leads back into the back of the building there on the first floor, and he's leaning up against the wall, and he sees you, and he kind of quietly, motions you over, and he's keeping a watch. He's looking around. He's kind of keeping an eye out for things and stuff like that. As you guys get close, he says, now, we need to speak fast. Wall's got ears around these parts,
Understood.
but I'm
Bartender has ears and was in the hall while we were getting settled in our rooms.
really, that's
Mhm.
news to me. I've not known the bartender to be someone who'd be doing that kind of stuff, but well, that's neither here nor there. We need to speak fast. I'm glad you guys showed up when you did. Things been eating up around here for sure. Knowing who you've been talking to, then there's been Duna Hadreen in town at least 3 times in the past 2 months. And last night, some of them butchers came back to town real late, around Fool's Dark, I think. They had some prisoners with them. Don't know who they took them. They left a boat out of town real quick.
Let's just say we have family that have been taken by the Duhadrin, and we are looking to retrieve our folk.
No,
What
I
was
know
the,
they.
What was the name of the two that sent us to find him?
Shadrick and
It was Shadrick and it was
Bonder is
Aegis
yeah.
Aegis Dequay.
Okay. I will mention them. Say that we were told to seek you out by.
Oh yeah, no, I got that, and we don't want to use the names. No.
Okay, got it.
But yeah, he looks around, and he's really agitated. He gives
So
kind of
there
a
are
nervous twitch.
Shiners about, huh? What's with these murders? I heard that the Shiners killed one of the murders that the gnomes inside were talking about.
I'm not sure I know the name Shiners. I know butchers. But,
Butchers. Sorry, butchers.
yeah. But look,
We've had our fair run-ins with the butchers.
Well, there was yeah, there was a old Doc Vinton. Was the probably the oldest person who lived in this town. Man of some many years, and smart man. But he the butchers, they pretty much run this place. And though the folk don't particularly like them, they do offer some modicum of protection, but it's almost servitude. But I gotta be careful talking too much. Others might be able to give you some more information about that. But the butchers say, not well liked around these parts, though. They're and
Who's safe to talk to?
and old Otis, he's a good lad. And
I figured that out when we came into town.
but that preacher, Father Kenlin, seems to really have made a good impression on these folk, and he seems to keep everybody somewhat calm. But I will say, you brought up the murder, old Doc. He was planning on trying to do something about the stranglehold that the butchers had on these town folk, and problem was that he did that, and then forgive me if I forget the names here, the two folks that they're looking for on the notice board. They're looking for murder. There you go. Sherna and Feensel. Old Sherna and Feensel. Well, apparently they murdered him. Don't know if the butchers put him up to it or what happened, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. But and then they disappeared. So they're wanted for murder of old Doc, and people love Doc. And I don't know, it's rough goings on around here, but I gotta be careful. Look, it's dangerous around here. You all need to be careful. If you're Hanataz, you need to keep yourself, and they'll kill you, or worse.
Understood.
So watch your magic. Magic
Oh,
ain't
yeah.
liked around these parts, not all.
Mhm. Only in self-defense.
We just need to know who's safe to talk to and who can be assistance to us. So the father, Otis, anyone else?
And who we can go after to find our folk.
Well, I think you might want to seek out the Bog Witch if you're looking for some people who might be able to help you. She didn't come into town very often. She lives out in the bog, but people don't trust her. But she's one of us. So just keep that to
Understood.
yourself.
Understood.
And I would be real careful about anyone that seems overly eager to be helpful for you. I'm just telling you that right now. Now I will say the constable, he's a man of a torn heart. I haven't really quite gotten a good read on him yet,
Okay.
but might want to be a little wary of him. But he could be helpful. But I'll tell you, some folk around here, they ain't what they seem. It's hard to tell sometimes. Oh, but you definitely want to steer clear of old Zephyrin Sure. Him and his gang of thugs. Well, I'll tell you what, if they come knocking, and I'm pretty sure they will. If they come knocking, you just you mind your P's and Q's around them, especially if they tell you to be doing something. I'd be careful around them. You don't want to rouse any suspicion. There's a lot more, especially with the butchers in this town. I'm pretty sure that he's got his old Zephyrin gets his orders from old Big Daddy Emil. and the others that they seem like nice folk, but I would be real wary of old Mare Hollister. She's not somebody that is, in my opinion, trustworthy at all. A good politician, if you get my drift.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what. Look, we can't be talking here no more. I'll tell you what. I'll meet you in a safe spot, but we gotta be watching out. Here's what we'll do. You're gonna need to catch a ride to the deep pond.
Mm-hmm.
Go find the Fisher Tanner, another one that I can trust. He's good folk. Fisher Tanner. He's over on the docks now. He's chatting with that fat Fisher Burke. I don't trust Burke. I don't trust that one, but I do trust Tanner. Trust him with my life.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the good ones in this cesspit. Anyways, yeah. Tanner's not the fat one. Tell Tanner he wants a guy to do some fishing and croc hunting. Tell him you want to go to the deep pond. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And now when you get there, fish for a bit. Now, don't get in a hurry. And then, after an hour or so, give Tanner a few golds. Tell him you want to have a float over to my place. Tanner's all right. He'll keep his mouth shut, but make sure you ain't followed.
And who should we tell him? You didn't give us a name.
Tell Tanner?
Yeah.
Have him bring you over to my house.
Well, yes, but I need to know your name so I know whose house to have him bring us to.
Well, Tanner's my name. You wouldn't have known who I was if they hadn't. Shadrick and DA just hadn't told you that, right?
Correct. Sorry.
Right.
We had his name.
Yep.
So, tell him you want to bring you over to our place, and he'll keep his mouth shut. Okay. Make sure you ain't followed. Make 100% sure you ain't followed.
Understood.
And if you are followed, make sure that whoever it is don't live to tell the tale. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
our
if old-
specialty.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm getting the drift of that. If Tanner asks why you're coming to see me, tell him this. Okay? Remember this. The fish don't bite under the full's moon. Got it?
Got it.
Got it.
Okay. Now also, don't leave here for about a half an hour or so. Hang out in the sink. Give me some time to clear out. Head on home. Not making anybody know that we're together for any reason.
Understood.
But like I was saying, old Otis, he's good folk. Best not be telling him about any of this either. Okay?
No, I wouldn't want to
Don't
get
need to
him
be getting him
involved.
into this. Yeah, no,
No.
exactly.
Too nice of a young man for that.
He tips his hat to you, doesn't even say goodbye, and he just walks away, off towards the dock.
Okay.
Looking around, do I see anyone?
Give me a perception check.
I will assist.
Sure.
Wow.
You guys were very intent on what he was saying, and at the end there, you guys kind of look up and look around, and you're processing everything that he's saying. And you know how sometimes when your mind is really caught up in something, even though you're trying to attempt something else,
Yep.
you just don't find the ability to be able to absorb
Yep.
that.
How
So
about from the others watching.
Yep. So it looks like Gror rolled on that. Fleegan can roll on that, and Kimber can roll on that. Yeah, Gror, you don't see anybody. Kimber, you don't see anybody. And Fleegan, you don't see anybody, but you do see, and it's strange because you hadn't seen this before, but you do see the tops of the trees rustle a little bit once Tanner walks away. Or Trandon, I'm sorry, not Tanner, Trandon. Why do they have to give two of the same characters names that start with a TA?
Very similar. Yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so all of us are going to go for new aliases, and all of them will start with a TA.
You guys are brutal. That's sick. And so
Isn't the guy that we just talked to Trendon with a
Trendon.
TR?
Trendon,
Yeah.
correct.
At
TR.
least they're not all Larry.
For whatever reason, I get Trendon and Tanner mixed up, and I'm sorry.
That's actually pretty easy.
Casey, it's no problem. Don't worry.
So anyhow, yeah. So that's what happened. So he goes away. All right.
What
Can
is
we
it,
see
Daryl?
anything
My
in the
cousin
trees
Daryl?
that you saw?
Just saw rustling in the tree. Just Fleegan saw rustling in the trees. Up in the top of the trees. So what are you guys doing?
Go back to the bar.
Yep.
That's what he told you guys to do.
Yeah, so, you know, I'll just head back in after a little while and join my compatriots. I'll indicate to Quimber up in his
Maybe
room to come down.
Do a game. Maybe do a game with the drunkard. Makes it look like we are
Yep.
sightseeing, as to say, what can be seen.
Why is he dead? Why is that marked?
Pretending to be dead.
Why-
when they
why are you
come to
all-
get me.
X'd out there.
He's only
Well, I
mostly
think- Yeah, I think playing a game with this guy only mostly did. Yeah, I think playing a game with this guy would be a good idea. But my friends were actually reaching our expiration point, and I myself am expiring very quickly. I
understood.
have a foggy brain. But we can play that game the next time. In fact, we will play the game because I have the cards.
Sweet.
Ooh.
Oh,
And
I have a set of them too.
It's a perfect place
So,
to stop.
well,
I have two
them.
now. Because don't you have to buy 2 decks? Play some games.
Some games are played with 2 decks. This game, Cut the Dragon, is played with 1 deck. But if you guys will notice, I just put the deck on the screen. Do you see it?
I do.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm flipping cards.
Okay. So, yep. So anyhow, we will we'll mess around with that the next time. But I hope that you guys had a good session tonight.
Yes.
I appreciate the
Extremely.
opportunity. I appreciate the opportunity to play with you all, and we hope that those who are watching, your minds were opened by wonder, and that you're wondering what in the world is going on in this town, for sure. But much to learn, much to do, and we hope to see you again next time. But my friends, may all of your adventures be sticky.
aha.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Right.
Good night, everyone.